let go of your upper body. I don't mean this. This is just slouching, no structure. So you still have your structure, so your core are engaged. So your trunk, your core is not just your abdomen muscles, it's your back, your lower back muscle as well. So the muscles all the way around here, okay? So they are engaged. Doesn't mean you tense them, not as if you're doing a sit-up or whatever, or back extension, whatever. But you know they are engaged. And of course, you use your diaphragm for breathing. When I say you use your diaphragm breathing, you use your lungs for breathing, but you should be utilizing your diaphragm as well. So when you breathe in, your tummy should expand. When you breathe out, your tummy deflates. So if you're still struggling with that, go on my YouTube channel, and I do have a couple of videos that are basically just homing in abdominal breathing. But for now, if you can't do abdominal breathing, that's fine. You can stay. And if I say breathe in and you want to breathe out, please do. Do not hold your breath. You don't want to starve yourself with oxygen. Okay, then we come up to our chest. I always say, you want to ask if I'm going to punch you. So if someone's going to punch you, I've got a quite strong punch. You really don't want to do this, okay? You want to sink your chest in as I punch. As if I'm punching you, you sink your chest in. All right, that means by sinking your chest, what happened is, I don't know whether you saw me, all right, it actually relaxes my shoulders, it rounds my back. And I always said to my students that, you know, your hand should be a good indication you're not sinking, you're holding, you're dead tense, is that your hand should be resting at the front of your body, just kind of halfway down your legs, okay, your top bit of your legs, not down there. Okay, right, then the other thing, then we're working up. So already said about your shoulders, let them go. Tug your chin slightly underneath. Okay, so my camera is quite low down, so it might look like I'm up here, but I'm not. Okay, so I want you to tug your chin slightly underneath. All right, and leave your teeth closed, but don't grind them. All right, they're relaxed. And then your tongue, roof of your mouth. And now, by doing that, you should feel the suspended, it's like almost like something's lifting the top of your head on your crown, just right there. And if you do that, the weight goes backward, you won't feel that sensation. Why? Because you want your heavy energy going down, which you are doing for a few minutes already, and you want to feel the light energy going up. Okay, your yang going down, your yin going down, your yang's going up. You're nice and balanced now. All right, now step out. Not so far, it's only shoulder width height. And then if you notice, I slowly pull with my foot until my weight is 50-50 distributed, okay? If I don't tell you, you will know I've come out in my stance. All right, okay, then we are ready to start. So still in your seated position, hands still right where it was supposed to be, chest where it's supposed to be, back where it's supposed to be, head where it's supposed to be, and then I want you to do your open forms. So you can breathe in. So if you're already sitting down, you are sitting down a little bit more, and you're going to sit back a little bit now. Now drop those elbows. I want you to turn your elbows. So you see I turn my elbows. I continue the turn. I sink my shoulder first. Then elbows, knee, come down together. If you imagine, rather than lowering your arms, that you are actually pulling yourself back up. How about that? And in. Breathing out. As if you're pulling yourself back up. Completely let go. There's no stopping. In. And out. Completely let go. I'm always sitting down, as if the little finger is driving the movement. better still, if it's the lower part of your body is driving the movement. Okay, so you got your dish position, as if you're holding a dish, and my arms is not here, it's out there. Rubber band effect. I always say to my students, rubber band effect. You got your dish position, you got your hugging the tree position, which is where I want you to be in your next movement. And I want you to slowly push your hands together. So you should be able to sit right back now. I want you to sink your shoulder first, and then as if your little finger, one on each side, someone got a bit of string attached to it and pulling them away, and it really hurts. So you want to stop it, because the faster they pull, the more painful it is. So imagine that's going on and you want to stop it, so you're creating that resistance. You should feel lots of energy between your hands, and push, breathe out. So you should be sinking right back and down. Sink your shoulders first, creating that resistance to stop your hands or arms being pulled, and out. Always sink the shoulders. So you might even feel that these arms feel like wings. They're flapping, all right? There's waves movement. Squeeze. Don't forget your knees. Your knees should be connected together. They should be as if you're riding a horse. I was very gently being reminded of that myself. So you want to not just forget about your knee just because the movements are coming from the arms. Okay, I want you to sink your elbows now. I call this drinking the water position. And I just want you to feel as if you're just pushing a piston down, and breathe out. Coming back up, your open forms. Open forms very important. Going to go into the open form, so you're dropping your elbows. Remember, you're dropping elbows, so you've got your drinking the water position. Again, my arm's not here. I'm always out there because I'm sitting right back. That means I need something to go forward. Yeah? So everything needs to be balanced. You've got weight going down, but you want the weight going up at the same time. You want the weight, so energy going forward, energy going back. Drinking the water position, I've dropped my elbow. And out. Again, you should feel your palms getting warmer, lots of tingling sensation, even as if your fingers are growing. So sitting right back, I have turned my elbow, drinking the water position. Okay, there's another way. I instruct this slightly differently this time. So you're sinking your open forms. You drop your elbows. You continue to drop your elbows, rotating your elbows, and as if you're drinking the water. And breathe out. One more time. Feel the lots of energy in your hands. So you want to open your lower back as much as you can. So you want to sink your tailbone towards your heel. If you've been there with me for a whole year, you would know that I introduced your skis. So as if you've got skis. So you're not just sitting in your physical heels, but the heels much further back. We're going to continue. So still, come up in your open forms, as if you're hugging the tree, or resting your hands on the table, whichever one works for you. Now going to start shifting weight because we haven't done any of that yet. So I'm going to ask you to shift weight. So I shift it to my right, and that's why I turn to my left. Now I slowly pull with my right foot. I feel the weight shifting to my right leg. That's why I'm turning, to my left leg. That's why I'm turning to my right. Again, my ball is not close to me, it's out there because I am also sitting back. Shifting the weight again. Still pulling from the foot. And feel everything's turning with you. If you're doing this right, you don't focus on your arms. They will just follow. And breathe out. Breathing in. Just shifting weight. And out. Again, let me remind you, because I'm reminding myself, as that your knees are still connected. They're touching, okay? But not touching each other, touching up there somewhere. All right, where my elbows are, as far as out as my elbows. Okay, I'm going to give you a tiny little bit of rest. Still open form. Back into the same position. I actually want you to step out. Start pulling with that front foot. Feel the weight going to your front leg. I do drop my other hip, so my knees are always bent. My physical weight is in my front leg. That means your mind should be in your back. Okay. If I don't do anything with my arm, so my arm just comes back here, and if I drop this hip, it means I could turn back this way. Yeah? Okay. So I want you to, as if you are, hang on a minute, I don't know, pulling something, say. You're pulling something. So I'm just asking you to get used to transferring weight from your front leg to your back leg. Make the connection between your elbows and your knees. So your left elbow sink to your left knee, your right elbow sink to your right knee, and out. If you can feel the circle movements rather than just forward and back, even better still. I'm changing a little bit because so what's doing is my arms, my shoulder is reacting to what my hip is doing, because I feel the turn in my hips. And my upper body is reacting to what my lower body is doing. And out. And in. One more time. And out. I'm going to make it a bit more obvious this time. Is that obvious enough for you? All right, okay. I'm going to put the weight in this leg, still sitting. That's why I could bring my arms back down, my legs back in my parallel stance without coming back up. I should have said that before. Same again with the other side. Let's do it right from the beginning. Open form. Sinking my elbows, sinking my shoulders. Again, at my arms, I'm sitting back, my arms right at the front. Then I'm stepping. So let's just get used to this first. You're transferring weight to your front leg, transferring weight to your back leg. Very much a forward and backward movement if you just do that. Pulling with your foot, weight going in your front leg. That means your mind should be in the back. You don't want all the energy at the front, or you don't want all the energy at the back for that effect, okay? All the energy not at the front, equal. All right, okay, so now I'm going to start to do it all together. So again, I'm feeling the circles, the circulation, the circles, the turn in my hip, and that's why my shoulder is reacting to it. So again, don't focus on your arms, your elbows attached to your knees. Left elbow, left knee, right elbow, right knee. So I'm just transferring weight, but again, let me emphasize the fact that when your weight's at the front, your mind should be in your back leg. So let's go in and out. Still sitting. Right, we're going to continue. Okay, I'm still going to just make use of this movement, but this time you're going to have to keep switching. All right, you transfer your weight. Transfer back without standing up, still sitting. Transfer your weight to the other side. Transfer your weight back, still sitting. Transfer weight. So you're just swapping side to side. Always sitting down. Weight at the front, mind at the back. Elbows, knees together. One on each side. So I don't need to move my arms. Everything is coming from my foot, my feet. Okay, right. I hope you've enjoyed that. Right, we're just going to go back. We will keep practicing. We did a little last week, so we will keep practicing. So let's go back to this one. The drinking the water, because there's something else we haven't done yet. The dish position. Right, in your dish position, without changing your back, your spine. Your spine does not change position. It does not move. The spine, they are still lined up in a neutral spine position. The reason why your body is lowering is because you're going into your hip flexors. You are just going into your hua, not your waist, nowhere. Your spine change absolutely nothing. When you're down here, when you imagine you're going to mop the floor, there's two ways to do this. Of course, you can just use your shoulders and just go round in a circle, okay? But what I want you to do is just play with your back and use your back to do it. And then back up to the top. When you do this, again, you don't round your back. Your spine has to remain in the same place. Okay, we've done this bit already. It's a rotation of the elbows. So let me just give you a little bit more details with this movement here. So as you lower yourself, your posture towards the floor, your knees are still slightly bent. As you're mopping the floor, or make a small circle. When you come up, what you do is you want to reach forward. Remember I said engage your trunk area. Sink your shoulder first. When you sink your shoulders, it's almost you're dropping your elbows slightly. I continue to drop my elbows. I probably have, I'm sure I have actually, rotated my elbows. And then I want you to continue to lower your posture, not changing anything in your spine. This time, again, when you're right at the bottom, as if you're mopping the floor. You've got two cloths, but I don't want you to use, I want you to play with it. And then I want you to drop your tailbone, not to your natural heel, but to the ski heel, all right? Further back. I drop my shoulders. That allows my elbows to drop. I continue to drop my elbows a little bit before as if I'm pushing the piston down. Letting go, so don't hold it, let go. You've got your dish. There's quite a lot of things in that dish, quite heavy. I'm making this up. And then I want you to lower your posture again. You can breathe out here. So if I breathe out here, I also have to breathe in here as I mop the floor. Two things happening when you're on the rise. You drop your tailbone to your new heels. You reach forward with your arms. Don't use your shoulders to reach forward though. When you're up here, first thing I always do is drop my shoulders. I could always drop my shoulders. Then, as if you're pushing a big piston into deep, into the ground, your heel is still, your weight is still on you should still feel your tailbone still sinking into your heels. Do not hold. Feel your arms getting longer. Out. In. Out. Remember what I said before? Two things happening here. In. Out. I want you to put everything back in your your dantian. Below your navel. In your mind. You haven't quite finished. Your feet are close together now. Doesn't mean that your chest is sticking out. Still nice and relaxed. Upper body is still, you're still trying to let go of your upper body. There should be no pressure as you lower yourself, just like the movement we just done before. Your spine has not changed position. Your neck, this is still open. You're not lifting it like this to close it. You're not drooping your head 45 degrees. No pressure. Your elbows kind of out because you want your chest still going in. I'm still going to punch you. Okay. You're not holding in your shoulders. Everything is still relaxed. You're still holding your structure with your trunk. And I just want you to circle your knees. But the circle, focus on your ankle to circle, not turning your knee. 1. You straighten up your knee tiny. 2. So I'm actually turning my knee to my left first. Doesn't matter which way. But I do not focus on turning my knees. I focus on turning my ankle. And because by turning to my left, my weight kind of go to that way a little bit. So I counterbalance with my other elbow. So everything is balanced out. So you won't go and want to fall over. So balance, as the word suggests, has to be equal, equilibrium. And one more time. You're just going to do exactly the same in the opposite direction. 2. So, your spine, your lower back still open, your neck hasn't tightened up, your spine's not curved, especially the top bit of your spine. Still in a neutral spine position. There's no pressure on the knees with the hands. Turning from your ankle. And 1 last time. Knees still slightly bent. All the way down. And breathe out. Okay, there we have it, and thank you very, very much. Lots of hard work in this one, and I hope you enjoyed it. Your legs might be wobbly when you were doing those circulating circles, when we were doing the circle knees, because from the transfer of weight before. So anyway, thank you for coming online, and I shall see you. Have a very, very good day. Go out there and get some race, and have a thank you, and I shall see you next week, same time, same place. Bye bye for now, and God bless.